So we're into States football. Here are your hosts, the Taco Slayer Jorge and MLS card guy Chris.
Oh, welcome into some MLS shenanigans, Sunday shenanigans. And sorry we're late. Oh, there he is. Chris, the MLS late guy, showing up whenever he feels like it, even though we had a schedule on time. How are we doing?
Oh man, I'm great. Living the dream.
Yeah, are you living?
I don't know. I don't know if I am actually saying words or if it's just all in my head, but I'm here. I'm alive.
It's okay.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It's like the MLS because it was pure chaos this weekend. Nothing you thought was going to happen happened. Everything you didn't expect happened. It was windy. Things were blowing. It was crazy, but we are here. Shout out to Bob Flynn, who was here first, who kept me entertained while I was waiting for you to show up, Chris. So shout out to Bob for being here, hanging out.
Bob will always keep us entertained. He's good for that. He's really good for that.
He will, but we're here on Sundays as always. We're going to talk over some MLS. If you're here, you're not. New England in Cincinnati should be kicking off right now as well, so we'll have that again. Chris will ignore us the entire show.
I will get that up.
See, I shouldn't have brought it up because Chris is going to bring up the Cincinnati New England game. He's going to watch that instead of hanging out with us. We're going to get nothing done, but that's why we're here.
Insignia's not playing, so I'll probably pay attention at least most of the time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But first, before we get into the MLS chaos, there's a couple things that I want to go over with you, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Educate me because I'm out.
I will educate you a little bit. All right. I forgot to bring up my screen, but I'm going to bring up my screen here in a second once I figure it out. Chris, there's an MLS Special Weekly coming up starting next week.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Yes. Have you had the chance to digest this? Have you had a chance to take a look at it? Do you know what you're going to do for this MLS Special Weekly? Look at this beautiful graphic.
So I'm probably just going to start that lineup exactly. Like I think those 5 guys and off we go, you know?
Yeah, who you putting
I don't know. They're all kind of short, aren't they? They're all really short. I'm just going to pick the tallest one, but they're all like 5'6". What is this?
Oh,
man. Better, so rare. Pick a taller player to promote. Yeah, no, I haven't digested it. I did see the headline, so I started I'm obviously here for this. I'm gonna be all in for it. And this is the start of the switchover, right? Like this is the start of the new normal. So I mean, I guess we have to figure out what the strategy is, what the play is.
There really
go from there. Is it new cards? Do you need new cards for this?
Yes. So actually, this is something that I really want to talk about. So for limited, it requires 3 new season cards, right? Same thing with rare, and then 2 for super rare and unique. And like they've been playing around with this for a while, right? It's been a couple like months that they've been trying. They've been playing around with this kind of format, doing this new season stuff. I think that this is the way it should be going forward, and they shouldn't mess with it. Because when I started thinking about it, it's if you require 4 new season cards, it almost feels like suffocating in a chokehold. You might as well just do all 5 at that point. Or like if you do 3, it's like it doesn't feel as bad. Like it's like, okay, I could do 3. Like it doesn't feel like as much of a hurdle to jump over. But like 4, like if you're gonna do 4, you might as well just go 5. I feel like 3 is a good spot.
But if you're gonna go 3, why not just go 2? And if you're gonna go 2, why not just go 1? And then
we need to make money.
I mean, at that point, you don't even need any, you know?
We didn't know, but we need to make money, Chris. We got to promote these new cars. They're fancy, they're 3D, they're shiny, they spin.
They are fancy,
Chris.
I have lots of them. Yeah, that's one reason I'm excited for this, because I do have lots of these cards. So hopefully, if DC or New England are playing at home ever, and I have a new season Santi Rodriguez as well. If those guys are ever playing at home, I have the jersey, which is pretty sick.
Oh, look at you! I'll pick up that name you just dropped.
If they're ever playing at home, then I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty good chance, unless they're playing Miami, because I guess we get train wrecked by Miami even if Messi doesn't play. But that's fine.
So here's something I want to talk about. Cap 280, so it's still capped, so you can't just throw smashes in there. So there's a little bit of strategy going into this. But on top of that, which is cool, I'm always cool for capped. You know, a higher cap is always a little fun. But let me throw you this here. So
is cap 280 even a cap in MLS?
Yes, it is, because if you played Rivals at all this week, and a lot of it was like 220, 240, 250, and it was impossible to build lineups.
Yes, that is a cap. No, I get that. 280 is not a cap. Like,
yes,
what is 280 divided by 5? And your goalkeeper's not going to have a huge average either, you know?
Yeah, goalkeepers sit between like 40 to 50.
Where's my mouse?
it's kind of a cap, but not really. But here's what I want to talk about, right? So there's already a cap, whatever. Hinder you if you're not, if you're a bitch like that, cool. But let me talk about this 3-game week schedule right here. All right. You got 461, which is this coming up weekend. Guess what? It's the start of international break. We're losing a lot of guys. Boom. Right here. Next week. Some guys may be back. Some guys may not be. Either way, they're traveling. They might rotate. And this week, the 5th to the 9th, is the quarterfinals of Champions Cup, which there are still MLS teams in it. So throw a little bit more rotation on top. Put it all together. Get that beautiful gumbo of yumminess, and it is going to be hell on earth trying to prepare for this thing. So,
which teams are still in CCC, by the way? Because every team I looked at got knocked out.
Look at
Columbus, because they played another Houston team. They played Houston.
And they played Tigres.
The Revolution, because they didn't play the league.
Anybody.
And Miami, because they played an MLS team. Okay, cool. So, yeah. What do we think the odds are that it's a 4-way Liga MX semifinal?
Oh, man. Dude, Columbus and Tigres, I want to tell you right now, is probably going to be one of the funnest matchups of all time. Like, if I ever needed something, like Orlando versus Tigres is like, oh, God, I want to die. Columbus versus Tigres.
But Orlando is not in the best spot right now.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. But that's stressful to me, right? I could watch Columbus and Tigres and just purely be there just for, like, the game. Like, I could be there and just enjoy the lulz. I hope there's 3 goals on each side. I hope it's chaos. Man, it's going to be fun. So going back to this here weekend, do you still feel confident? Are you still excited about this special weekly and all your rotations?
Sorry, I got us off track, but yes, because I have the whole team. So if we rotate, we'll just put somebody else in there. That's the advantage of having the whole team.
Oh.
I don't know that I have a goalkeeper, though, to be fair. I guess I don't need a new season goalkeeper. I just play an old one. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. Because I haven't gotten Bono yet, and because I think he's a backup, and I don't want to spend that much money on a backup. And then I don't have what's his face Ravas, because he just got cards and he's also super
probably expensive, isn't he?
So yeah, I'd rather have a Carlos Heel than a Ravas.
Yeah, you should have a Carlos Heel.
I'm gonna get there. I do need to raise some more capital, but I am, and the second I buy him, he's a 5% bonus Carlos Heel. So
there you go.
Pretty OP.
Is this gonna be the first heel you have?
Yes.
Nice. Very,
Yes.
very nice.
Yeah.
We got Alex W11 in the chat, planning on going to the Tigres match in Columbus, ready for a 4-0 first leg, 1-1 second. Yeah, that sounds about right. It really, really does. But have fun, man. When like for anybody that's been able to experience a Mexican team come to their MLS stadium, it is rowdy, it is rambunctious. The banter is always excellent, especially Tigres fans. Like they could take it a little over the top. We won't get into that, but either way, for the normal Tigres fans that come in and hang out, it's always a good time. So Alex, have a lot of fun at that. CONCACAF matches are always fun. If only they were on the weekends. If only they were on the weekends.
Yes. How do you feel about that? Do you think MLS should like take off some of their games from the weekends and let them play Champions Cup on the weekends?
I mean, I think so. They definitely should, or maybe even like they've proven before. I think was it the Open Cup last year where they kind of moved matches around, kind of delayed some games and moved them around so that they didn't have to do this crazy congested schedule. Especially for the later rounds. Yeah, I truly think that they should kind of move some stuff around and be like, this is a big deal, and like elevate it, promote it, because both sides don't really promote it that well. Like CONCACAF is not that great promoted, and I don't know if that's on CONCACAF or MLS. Like, no, we want you to watch MLS on Apple TV. Not CONCACAF on Fox.
Well, MLS is very much like that because
we know.
US Open Cup as well. But in this case, they don't have another league that they're trying to partner with to go against. So yeah.
But it's all like Liga MX and like MLS anyway. It all ends up being that anyway.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to promote those matchups so that you have storylines to talk about during Leagues Cup?
No, because they don't get the TV money from it. Like, why would you promote something that you're not getting the money from?
Because you're building the brand entirety. Rising tides lift all boats, Chris.
To some degree, but it's not as direct as Apple TV is.
Hey, getting rid of your Tigers stacks, especially after Nahul went down, and then Tigers have just been shaky ground anyway, so it's not a terrible idea. The rotation does suck, and CONCACAF does not help that at all. Chris, How do you feel about these cash prizes over here? These nice weekly limited cash prizes. Do these entice you? Do these make you want to go, ooh, I want to buy more cards? Or are you just like, we'll see what happens?
Well, I mean, to some degree, I would say yes, because I did buy new season cards on the fact that I was gonna target these.
Right.
Do I want to buy more? No, because I'd like plan and budget and think ahead. So I did a lot of that stuff already, you know. But yeah, no, I think the cash prizes are going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see how many people enter these tournaments, because typically an MLS competition is only like 1,500 or so. So if it's only 1,500 and a third of them are getting $5 off a limited, I mean that's a
pretty good deal, isn't it?
That's a decent return, and it only goes up as the higher you finish, obviously.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, if all I could do is podium one of the 3 weeks, and I paid for my entire investment right there.
How much, like ballpark, how much money, like through 3 weeks, how much money do you think you could realistically win in this limited competition, personally? Like, what do you think the number is?
I'm trying to think of my team. I don't know. I mean, my team is not 100% ready. That was a heck of a save right there.
Oh, here we go. Watching games again.
Bravas just made a crazy save on Sergio Santos. So my team's probably Benteke, Santi Rodriguez, Peltola, Herrera, maybe.
Aaron Herrera.
Although I do have I could use a second like non-new season card, like old card.
Yeah, which changes everything.
There's always that in there as well. So I mean, I have a lot of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I guess my team will probably be pretty competitive now that I think about it. I wasn't trying to target like the really, really good scorers early on in the new season. I'm kind of building to those later. But I already do have a Benteke and a Santi Rodriguez and a Peltola and an Aaron Herrera. So I feel like I have options. So
right.
I'd say I'd be pretty happy with like $20 out of the 3 weeks.
Really? So you're just cool with $20. Don't worry about it. I guess we play differently.
I mean, realistically, that's like 10% of my investment so far.
In the new season cards? That's not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a whole year to like run back, you know?
Okay.
So
all right.
I'm honestly not too worried about it. I mean, you never like it's one of those things where like, yeah, you could get lucky and hit like a $100-$200, win.
Right.
Or you just like, I mean, even if you just hit the bottom tier each time, that's $20. So
yeah, no. And hey,
I feel like that's
20 more
kind of the goal. It's almost the threshold, right? That's kind of the goal. It's just hit the bottom tier consistently.
Yeah. No, you're right. So, I definitely think, and I think you're right that you're saying that, like, and this is one of those things where people are wishy-washy. They don't know. They think that new season card prices are high, so maybe they'll just stay away from it. So there might not be a lot of entries. And if you throw like a semi-decent, like,
that's
hitting
true.
Team,
yeah,
like, how many people are going to?
I didn't think of that. And how many people actually have a good new season card team?
Right. And how many are going to just throw a team in there, just hope for the best and not really do much and just easily kind of pick up some free cash?
And how many people were banking on Messi being available and he's hurt and now your team is screwed? So
that's why I was bringing up the CCL rotation, because like Columbus stacks are pretty big. A lot of people have Miami. New England, give or take, people have their heels. They have small stacks built around that. So and international break. There are so many people that are leaving for international break. Gallese is gone.
And obviously the big hitters are more internationals too.
Right. Like Thiago is probably going to be gone. Like Almada is going to be gone. Like, so there's all these players that like normally smash on the weekends that are going to be gone for 1, maybe 2 weekends on rotation.
Ricky Puig is still here, baby.
Ricky Puig is still here, smashing 30s like he did last night. Oh
yeah,
man,
we won't talk about that. Hey, he's still in the AA game. He just made a boo boo. He made an oopsie.
He did make it.
It happens. You can make oopsies. Actually, he is in a high prio lineup this week, and he is the captain of that lineup, and the rest of the lineup is at like 350 without him. So I'm still gonna get a reward, but like I just needed a little bit of a banger to podium. So
I was the opposite
not
this
mad,
weekend,
you're
where
not.
like I had a smasher in every lineup, and then the rest of the lineup was just dead. Like it was just garbage. I don't know what happened this week. Nobody hit. Nobody smashed. No one did anything. It was chaos. Nobody kept a clean sheet. It was just
My
it was just
European guys did a lot better than my
ugh, it
American
sucked.
guys. For
I
sure.
had a bad weekend. What you
I
got
actually
over there?
I actually had an academy team that finished with 340
Oh,
points.
very nice. Very useful.
That's super unfortunate. I finished
Oh, very useful.
168th in academy. Look at that. Yeah, Pooch struggle bus. 380. Nico's still going. So that's rough. That's a rough one.
Oh, that hurts.
We got Molina going on a 339, so that's not bad. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how things go.
Look at you go. And we got some big games today that Brooks Lennon going to smash for you.
Brooks Lennon. I mean, like you look at it, I need at least like a 60. I probably need in reality like an 80, 85, somewhere in that neighborhood to hit a T3. So I mean, a lot of these games, like Molina, I need 66 to hit a tier 3, and there's still a bunch of games to go. So I'll probably get rewards from these, but it probably won't be anything crazy.
Hey, at least you're winning something. I did great.
Oh, we take it. We take it. We take it. 100%.
I don't even want to look at my lineups because they're that bad. Dude, it was just a stink. I was so this was one of those weeks. Like normally I'm like, whatever, we'll see what happens. But this week I was confident. I was like, yeah, this is the week. It's not the week. It's not the week. The weekend was pure chaos. Chris, I know you were busy with the Riverhounds. Congratulations on your first home and opener of the season. Now you can come back to reality and hang out with real clubs in the MLS. Wow. I need you to talk to me about your DC boys. What happened? What happened? There's no Messi. What happened?
So I don't know what happened because I obviously didn't watch. But what I'm going to assume is that DC pulled the DC and DC'd all over the place. Interesting that that they didn't just like I would have thought this would be a phenomenal matchups. Like I would love to go back and watch and see what happened. I don't know if you did, but
so let me break this down. DC kind of DC'd, but not really. Like they came out like looking like they were going to dominate this game.
Yeah,
like they were just all over the place, and they did. Then it slowed down a little bit, and then in the second half, I really want to have this conversation, Chris. Luis Suarez comes off the bench for a brace and completely flips the game on its head. Do we have to stop doubting this Miami team and what they're going to do? Or are we still like full blown pad points till the summer? Because this was Messi-less and they held it together. And Luis Suarez, the guy with broken knees, smashing.
I mean, Suarez is going to smash if you create for him, right?
Right.
So, like, they have to create for him. And it's like, who's going to create? In this case, I guess Redondo had a pretty good game.
Redondo had a really good game.
And he looks like he can create for sure on the highlights that I see. I don't think Busquets is that guy anymore. I mean, he looks like he had a decent score here. But every game I watch of him, he looks slow, old, and he can obviously still do the tiki-taka short passes. But I'm not seeing much creativity out of him. It's like, where is it going to come from? Because, like, no one on that back line is really super inspiring. Alba's decent when he plays. But, like, I don't know. I don't like
Diego Gomez.
Yeah.
This guy, like, watching, because, like, I've been watching a lot of Miami, man. You have to, right? You kind of have to, because, look.
Everybody watches Miami.
Everybody watches Miami. Like I said, it's not a Messi thing. It's just he could have just gone to literally any other team in the world. Like, literally. Could have been any other team. Like,
no,
he's starting to show up,
and like
team. These scores really aren't here yet, right? But when you watch him on the field, he is a workhorse. He is a dog. He is all over the place. If he can, like,
he's there in Nwobodo.
Kind of, yeah. He's a dog, man.
Everybody needs the Nwobodo. Like, the Nwobodo of the team is so undervalued in real life. Like, they'll never be very good and so rare. That's how the scoring matrix works. It just doesn't value the guys that are literally running all over the place and making all the plays.
Mm-hmm.
But
and same thing, Jared Stroud in this game.
Those are the guys.
What's Jared Stroud's situation in this DC team? Because he looked great last night too. I don't know if he just stepped up to the moment,
He's had some games. I've seen flashes from him in the first couple games where I'm like, he could be pretty good. I think he came off injured in the one game. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen promising signs from him. And to be fair, have not watched a lot of him at St. Louis, or was it Austin at one point?
Oh yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I haven't really watched him before. Don't know how well he'll score in Sorare, but he looked a really decent player.
He looked great yesterday too during that game. I was like kind of surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, you've heard his name kind of floated around for a little bit, but it's never really come to fruition. I mean, he kind of has it in him. It's just not consistent.
Yeah, and he's very decisive dependent. That's the thing. He doesn't have the AA. That's just not his play style.
Right.
He's not gonna. Yeah, he's never. I don't think he's ever gonna really rack up AA and be a worth. If I wasn't getting the entire DC team, I would not own a Jarrett Stroud. Let's put
that. Fair. And Cleach coming in with the assist as always. Yeah, I would say DC still up there in teams to look out for. I mean, it's you can't take anything away from a Miami game. They're gonna make things happen. They're gonna have their moments. They're gonna beat you when you least expect it. And I don't know. That's a special game.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch it. I don't know how much they created for Benteke, if he was missing chances or if they just weren't creating, or what was happening there. But I would think in general, DC would be the perfect type of team that would really give Miami problems. So
they did
honestly pretty shocked that Miami got a 3-1 win, even if Suarez came off the bench and was huge. I kind of am shocked that he could have done that.
But there was a couple calls that they always do. There was a potential handball in the box that didn't get called, and then Miami went to the other side and immediately scored. Looks like a handball. Didn't really, and then the vibes were just bad. Benteke missed a few chances. Yeah, I mean, there was looks. They did cause some problems, like I said, but it's dude, you can't count this Miami team out. Unfortunately, that's the reality.
You have to play your perfect game against Miami,
right? And
you just do.
That's impossible in the MLS because it is far from perfect.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Plenty of teams will give them problems, and I still stand by they will not win the MLS Cup. Somebody will beat them in the playoffs.
That's true.
It will be difficult, but somebody will play a perfect game. They have weaknesses, right? Columbus doesn't have weaknesses. That's the problem.
No, they don't. And we'll get to that. But that's what I really want to see, if anything. Would you believe me if I told you that Chicago Fire and Montreal Impact was a crazy game to watch and probably one of the funnest of the weekend?
Well, I saw Montreal go way ahead, and I'm seeing now that Chicago has won this game, so that's interesting.
Wait, you haven't seen the goal?
No, I have not seen anything. No highlights, nothing. I literally woke up, went to the stadium, and came back here. That's it.
Let me tell you about while we're talking about it, if you want to pull up a Weeby's Twitter, he has a clip of the goal on there.
Okay.
It is incredibly fantastic. But
am I allowed to show it, or is that
it's not live. We're doing analyses of it, right?
It's analyzing. We're analyzing YouTube.
We're analyzing the video game. Okay, they're not going to flag us again. But dude, Chicago conceded 2 penalty kicks in the first 12 minutes. Went down 2-0 immediately. You're like, oh, dude, this is going to be great. To the point where I even turned it off at halftime. Okay. I turned it off at halftime. So I was like, all right, game's over. Whatever. Chicago came back a little bit. Gutierrez looks incredible. Whatever. Push comes to shove. I switched it over. And then it just immediately, the chaos, the last kick of the game. When people have always said, people always talk about wanting to do weather reports for football and Sorare and everything. This is the definition of weather reports.
This is the stupidest goal I've ever seen.
Full screen this, please, and start it over. All right.
Oh no.
Look at this. Kellen Acosta from nowhere, right? In the middle of nowhere, just pops it up.
Put that ball outside, and the wind just takes it. Oh my god.
Game winner, last kick of the game.
He shouldn't even be allowed on the plane back. They should just leave him in Chicago.
In the 99th minute, Kellen Acosta, he wasn't shooting it. He wasn't going for some cheeky goal.
Chance.
This dude was just trying to put the ball in a dangerous area and hope for the best. And
he was trying to put it out wide.
Lake Michigan, the Windy City, had different plans.
The Windy City lives up to its name, yo.
The MLS never disappoints. It never fails to disappoint.
It's incredible. You can't do this. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
It's incredible.
No, I did not see this. This is live reactions.
Yeah, man. Talk about like MLS at its finest. How does that make you feel, Chris? How do you feel if you're Montreal? Like, are you beating yourself up over this a little bit? Maybe?
I feel really good about not owning a Jonathan Sorare at this point. Let's put it that way. I mean, I get it. I get wind and like it changes and that fun stuff. But the dude's been playing in this for 96 minutes. Has he not? Like,
yeah,
he should know where the wind is coming from and like how hard it's blowing and what it's going to do to a ball in the air. Like, this is not like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him, but like, come on, man.
Like, you get it. Like, if someone's crossing the ball in the box, like, hey, maybe you come out, right? You come out and you grab it.
But he stood there. He stood there for like 10 minutes as the ball come down, and then he jumps at the last second, and it's like, I mean, you should have just been moving. Take one step back the entire time the ball is in the air. One step, and he saves it. That's all he needed to do. From the time Kellen Acosta hit it to 10 minutes later when it comes down, he just needed to take one step back. He literally did not do it.
Incredible scenes. Like, how could you not love Major League Soccer? I don't get it. I don't get it. Just when the weather decides games for you, how can you lose? How can you lose? They had some bets, boy. They had the over on Chicago so hard. The Windy City was like, hold my beer.
I mean, they hit it. They hit the over for sure on that one.
Oh my God.
My God.
They hit it. I love it. I love it. I love this league. Chris, can you tell me why Seattle still cannot score goals? And why Rui Diaz got a red card off the bench?
I don't know, man. I don't know. To be fair, I've not watched any Seattle games all year. So I feel very unqualified to actually say like, oh, the sky is falling, or oh no, it'll be fine. Like, I have no idea.
It's just going back to those things that I said last year, where it's just like they're just flat. They don't shoot the ball.
I will say, always, whenever João Paulo is out, Seattle is just not that good.
Right. So
I'm gonna reserve some judgment until João Paulo comes back. But in the meantime, I'm not. Wait, how did Roldan do? Because I didn't even look at that.
It did okay.
That's
just a guy. He did start. If I remember correctly,
he's supposed to not be doing that. He's supposed to be doing good stuff.
Mihailovic missed a penalty. Good old Jordi Mihailovic. Not the greatest. Jordan Morris, still bad. Rui Diaz got a red card off the bench. Atencio, red card on the field. Stupid tackles. Vibes are bad in Seattle, man. But I got to tell you, Chris, and you're going to love this answer. Now that Rui Diaz got a red card, you know what time it is in Seattle?
Pedro de la Vega?
No, he's hurt for the year. It's Danny Musovski season, baby.
Oh, God.
Let's go. We're getting some Danny Musovski. Did he even start in this game? Yes, he did. He didn't do anything, but it doesn't matter because he's probably going to start next week, and it's going to be great. My rare Danny Musovski that I've been holding for about a year is finally going to come good, Chris.
You're going to start him in a lineup, and he's going to get like a 25. I mean, that always happens to me. It's like, oh, I finally have this chance. And then he like gets his chance and he's just garbage. Like,
I've been waiting for a year, Chris. It is finally my time.
I mean, hey,
Danny Musovski.
That's a cat mode killer right there. Wild card
mode killer.
He's probably what, like a 20 something?
Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I might not even have a goalkeeper to play in rare because Gayes is going to be on international duty and Sean John is still out.
The one week where you have a striker, you don't have a goalkeeper. Yeah, that is so relatable.
Man,
I do that all the time. It's so annoying. Those are the only two positions I ever have trouble with. Just goalkeepers and strikers. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's here or Europe or South America, there's just no good attackers and there's no good goalkeepers. And then there's like a billion good midfielders and defenders. Can we just agree that wingers are attackers and just put all wingers into the attackers category so that we at least have something? Like, instead of just pure number 9s, because like number 9 is just not a good position. So rare.
Right. It really just isn't.
It's not. Like,
it really
number
makes
9 in the world is Erling Haaland, and the average is like maybe 55.
Yeah, it's such a make or break position, but it's weird. I mean, maybe we do have a concrete answer, and I just refuse to believe it or remember it. But it's like I remember last year, like Ivan Angulo got a midfielder card, but then Gaston Gonzalez got a forward card. They're both left wingers. And it just didn't make sense. It was like the same position, but for some reason, one got a forward card and one got a midfield card. And I, to this day, still have no idea how they dictate these things.
Some of it is probably up to the team too. Like, we think he's a little further forward. Like we have a player that's like a wing back / winger and / all, like, he plays everywhere. And we have him listed as a defender, but like he's also a forward. So like, where do you put him?
What's like Dagger Dan, who played right back all last year, continues to play right back, but he still has a dang midfielder card. Jimmer in the house. What's up, Hot?
Hey, Jimmer.
You freaking little hot little thing.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, man.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody who's
I'm the only one wearing green, by the way.
Shout out to Thomas in Atlanta. We got Mike, who you saw on the Orlando show. He's in Atlanta for the game. I hope y'all don't fight. I hope y'all hug. Happy birthday, Thomas. It's your birthday weekend. I know that.
Oh, happy birthday, Thomas.
Yeah.
We need a birthday calendar. We need to get people's birthdays. It's Quinny's birthday.
It's Quinny's birthday too. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we shouted him out, which is cool.
Out to Quinny. What a great guy.
Yeah, we need like a little birthday counter or something. Like
we should.
We should get one of the Sorare people should just like get everybody's birthday in Sorare.
Sorare data is just gonna start a database of content creators and all these database.
No, not just content creators. Everybody. We just go like, okay, it's 35,000 people's birthday today. Wish them all happy birthday. We just every day.
Are you giving them a reward box for their birthday? Should we get reward boxes?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Come on,
dude. That'd be so cool.
Someone pay me the fucking big bucks. All right, I'm here. All right.
That's
on your birthday. You get a reward box. Arena tickets for everybody. Let's go.
Arena tickets for everybody. But somebody's gonna win like a signed jersey on their birthday, and it's gonna be like, yo, this is the greatest story of all time. It's everybody.
Mike Baston in the house too. That's what's up. See, these Sunday streams are fun. Like these midday streams, because Europe is just coming down from their like Sunday shenanigans. We're just waking up, getting ready for ours. It is a great time. This is the best idea we've ever had.
You're just waking up. I was at Academy games all day.
First of all, I woke up at like 6 a.m., took a nap.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm accusing you of that, because I'm the one that sleeps in of the two of us.
There you go, 3 level ups. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
Actually, what do you think of the level ups?
I don't remember if we were just talking, if it was you and me talking, or we brought it up before, but level ups are going to be so much more important now in classic competitions. When there's a bunch of the same cards on the same competition, you only get 3 lineups. You're going to want all those cards at max XP. So level ups now are kind of gold. And maybe I should have been spending my coins on level ups this entire time. Maybe I shouldn't have faded.
Can we
are there still SO coins? I don't know. Is there
still
definitely?
I still have SO coins, but can we use them is the question.
We can use them on something.
Yeah, they're still here.
What do we got?
Man, they are very expensive.
Level 3,000 for
that's a
lot. What does it take you like 2 months to get 3,000 coins? Just playing limited? I don't know.
No, it's like a week and a half.
Oh really?
Like my good weeks are 2,000 for me. My good weeks are
like 5.
My good weeks are 2,000. My bad weeks are like 1,500. Every once in a while, I'll have like I'm pretty. What am I at now? 1,400 right now, and I still have a few more. I mean, obviously, still have more people coming.
Wow.
But yeah, I've been, especially early on with MLS being back and Europe. I've gotten like 2,000, I think, every weekend so far. So
there you go. But yeah, I think level ups now more than ever are going to be a little bit more sought after. It'll be interesting to see if people catch wind of that or just continue to not care. Like I don't. I still don't know the XP on my cards, and I still never look at it.
But like, would you rather have? It's like, think of it like the jerseys they used to do, right? Would you rather have 10 level ups or a jersey?
Oh, a jersey all day.
Like, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's true. But
what's the number? Is there a number that it's like I'd rather have the level ups?
For what do you mean?
Like if I said like 100 level ups or a jersey, or 1,000 level ups or a jersey, like is there a number that it's like, maybe I take the level ups?
No.
There's always rather have the jersey.
Yeah, dude.
That's fair.
Which is like where you have like the in between of like physical and digital, where there are some things that work digital, and there are some things that we still like physical. Like these Orlando cards that I can't stop buying for some reason. You know, whatever, dude. Sometimes we still like the physical ones, even though I still burn a lot of money on digital ones too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I still have a lot of
it is what it is.
Physical ones too.
You want to talk about something that got burned? The New York Red Bulls, who were on the come up. They were looking good.
Yeah.
And they just weren't enough for the Columbus Crew.
And then they decided
3-0.
to play Columbus, and that was their mistake there. I mean, not really that much to say. Diego Rossi, I feel like, is kind of underperforming, for being 100% honest. Like, Rossi could be doing better. But everybody else is great. Jason Russell-Rowe, yeah, okay, fine. Like, he's another superstar. Like, who cares? They have 30 of them anyway. Give him another one. It's not gonna hurt.
They take one out, they put in another one. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, just give them all the superstars they want. Like, they can only play 11 of them, you know? So it's fine. The rest of us didn't really want to win MLS Cup anyway. I think we just want to play the games.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man. Like, and we know this, right? Everybody knows it. Columbus is incredible. The Columbus Crew are great. They're such a fun team. Like, they are just rolling. But like, when you watch this team play, they are not phased. Nothing could phase this team in the world. No. They don't care what you throw at them. They don't care what you do. They are just so in control at all the times when like it's inevitable, man. Like, and it really comes down to it. And that's why I say that the Columbus Tigres match is something that I'm looking forward to so freaking much.
Yeah.
Because that's not only is that really going to show us how good this Columbus Crew team is, but if they can go out and dominate Tigres in the midweek, holy smokes, man. Like, we're talking this team is on another level. And that will be awesome to see. And all the Monterey tears. All the Monterey.
I will say there's been other teams that have reminded me of this team in the past. And the one I'm thinking of most notably is the New England Revolution in 2021, I want to say.
Oh, when they broke the points record?
When they broke the points record.
Yeah.
That team was dirty.
Yeah.
But this is MLS, and you don't keep a team together for more than a year or two. So enjoy it while it lasts, Columbus, because it will not last very long. That's my prediction.
Oh, there you go. Mike Baston, what Euro leagues do you think Aiden Morris can cut it in?
Champions League?
Well, obviously Champions League, but like
I mean, what can he not cut it in is the question.
You think? Oh, dude, could you imagine him in Bundesliga?
Oh, he'd be dirty in the Bundesliga.
Like, if he
that'd be fun.
Bundesliga,
that'd be fun.
That would, because like I don't really see him like in La Liga, maybe Serie A, but I feel like if he went to Bundesliga, that'd be a ton of fun. But again, I don't really watch those leagues.
I don't know that I
like,
see him.
Like,
I don't know that I see him in Serie A. To be fair, I mean, he could play anywhere. Like, he's good enough to adapt to whatever league he gets into. If we're talking like style, like, yeah, Bundesliga would be. He'd be fun in transition for sure.
Oh, and shout out to him for getting a goal yesterday off a set piece, which should have gone to Rossi. Like, it was Rossi, and like he was just a header back, and Aiden was just in the right spot. Again, and that's the thing about Rossi, because I think it was in the Discord. Shout out to Major League So Rare Discord, #1 place to be for all your MLS action,
all your discording needs,
all your discording MLS needs. Shout out Triple B. Yeah, like Rossi, like his scores are kind of like stinkers right now. But if you watch the games, he's hitting the post, he's putting the balls in the right areas. Like, they're not finishing them, or he's being unselfish and laying it off to other people instead of taking the shot.
But you get assists for that when that happens. So
yes, well, you don't get second assists in a So Rare, okay?
Okay. If he's being unselfish to someone who then is also unselfish,
yes,
That's not the way. Okay, someone needs to be selfish in this team.
Yeah, Cucho Hernandez. That's who.
Well, then don't be unselfish to anyone but Cucho.
But that's the thing, right? And like when you have a team like this where the goals can literally come from anywhere, like it almost becomes a headache because this team's too good that you're like, it could be anybody on any given day.
Like on any given day, you have to find the one that's not going to get the hockey assist, you know?
Yeah. It's like one of those things where it literally could be anyone and it could come from anywhere, which kind of sucks for us on Sorare.
What do you think of Russell Rowe? Think he's a star?
He's good, man.
Really good.
He's really good. He's explosive. He's good with his feet. I wouldn't say he's like there yet, obviously. Like he's still gonna like have some inconsistencies. He's a fun player to watch, man. Like all of them.
He's breaking out.
Even Yaya Boa. I don't play him. He scores. I play him. He doesn't score.
You know the sad thing? DC was signing Yaya Boa before Columbus signed him.
Wow.
And I was super sad because I went and watched a bunch of his highlights and like this dude's dynamic. Like he's gonna be great. And then he went to Columbus and was terrible for like 2 years. And I was like, oh, well, we dodged a bullet with that one. But it turns out,
did you?
Nope, we didn't. He actually was as good as I thought he would be.
Oh, so when we were at MLS Cup at Columbus Crew, did that hurt a little bit more to watch him score that goal right in front of you? Be like, dang it.
No, I've always rooted for him. No, it couldn't have been us because we sucked last year. That was
you wouldn't even gotten it.
That was even gotten there. No, Yaya Boa would have just not been there if he'd have been on DC United. No, that was the past though. We're not that bad anymore. Although you know, Miami begs to differ. But it's okay.
Again, Miami just dark horse, just doesn't count. Write it off.
Look
as
at that.
As far as I'm concerned, we haven't played Miami yet.
Sorry, I'm watching New England Revolution, and they just showed us the full stadium, and it's like there's like 12 people there.
Yo, shout out to our boy Rev Sorare, wherever he is. Hopefully he's at the game. He's having a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, he said he has season tickets, so shout out to him. Have fun, buddy.
Yeah. It's been a very
Toronto
uninteresting game so far.
Toronto, what happened? What happened, Toronto? Where was the Insigne magic? What happened?
I mean, he pulled a 60. What do you want from him? He's not gonna score every game.
Want him to bang a goal.
You realize this was Yankee Stadium.
Right? God, I hate it. I refuse to watch games in this.
This is the Yankee Stadium effect. What do we want?
Yeah. I mean, I guess
I'm not worried about it.
NYCFC did kind of look a little okay. Although, if anybody wants to buy a rare Keaton Parks, I'm over it at this point. Another red card.
Oh, I got
you. My lineup.
I got you. I want that.
Yeah, do you? All right, we'll talk because I'm over it. I'm over it. That's
dude,
like
the mascot just caught a shot. That's pretty cool.
That's always fun.
I wish we could show this without getting
showed up. Yeah. Well, we learned that the hard way, didn't we, Chris? We did learn that the hard way. So, this game was the battle of figuring it out. This was literally a battle of figuring it out. Toronto was missing a bunch of guys. Cushing is still in New York City. But I will say, New York City did look good. Like, they definitely had a bounce after last week because the vibes were a little bad.
They always look decent. I mean, even against Portland, like they were the better team
first half,
for a long time,
right?
And it kind of fell apart a little bit. But like, I don't think they're a bad team. They don't have coaching at all, and at home specifically, like that doesn't even matter generally,
right? Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about this game. Really, it was just another game. Santi continues to do it, like. Even though you kind of want to avoid NYCFC, like I think you can still run Santi out there, right?
You want to run Santi,
yeah.
Sure.
That's
especially
what
at
I'm
home.
saying.
Look at his home scores. Look at his home scores.
Where is it again?
It's over by the start sub thing.
There
you go. 55.
Oh yeah, buddy. We take those.
You take those all day.
Yeah. Other than Santi, though, there's no one else on NYCFC. Maybe
Fernandez.
Kevin O'Toole.
Fernandez, not Kevin O'Toole.
Hey,
Fernandez can get there. I believe in Fernandez.
You believe in Fernandez?
Big money signing, got there last summer, starting to kind of figure his way out a little bit.
Okay.
If he gets consistent minutes, like he's got the oomph to have a nice AA and have a nice, score every. If he scores every other game and puts out 15 AA, he's elite, So he's got a lot of upside. Not there yet, but he's got a lot of upside.
Not there yet. No NYCFC cards? Oh, there we go. There we go. We got some new cards coming in.
Yep.
So is that someone you would go after for the MLS Special Weeklies? Maybe a little sneaky, a little cheapo.
No, not if
No?
it's 280. No,
That's true.
no. But I did the math. It's 56 per person. 56.
So 56
points.
average.
Yeah, and
That's pretty spicy.
Your goalkeeper is going to be in the high 40s probably. So you're probably looking at about 60 per. And there's just not that many guys in MLS that average 60 points a game. It's just like it's barely a cap.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially because
really the only thing it does is prevent you from starting like one of the Messi Cucho, like 70 pointers plus a bunch of 50, 60 guys. Like you can fit 4 60s and a high 40 goalkeeper and be fine. You know?
So the competition is actually gonna be a little spicy, huh?
Yeah, we'll see. That was a really good point you made about you need new season cards. So like how many people are actually going to enter? Because like I was thinking 1,500 because that's generally what an MLS competition is.
Right.
But like that doesn't include any new season limits. So that's actually really interesting to see how many people are actually going to enter this competition. I don't think it's going to be many.
Which granted, them, and like I said, them only requiring 3 new season instead of 4 or 5, I think is massive. Because I'm telling you, that jump from 3 to 4 doesn't sound like a lot, but I think like psychologically, like it almost like puts you over. That's why I'm saying like if you're gonna do 4, you might as well just do 5.
Well, it means
like,
if you're doing 4 only, if you're doing 4, it means you either have to buy a new season goalkeeper or you have to start all new season outfielders. So like you can't have your one like Ricky Pooch old season card starting. Right. And like that's the difference. Whereas with 3, you can use an old season goalkeeper, start your one Ricky Pooch, and then get a decent squad around him. And then it's like you've got a pretty decent team, regardless of what happens. You don't have to spend crazy amounts of money on the.
I know I said it a few shows ago, but do you agree that goalkeeper is probably the best spot to use in old season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, generally, yeah. I mean, it depends on your lineup. I think it's literally just straight value. Like, whatever card is most expensive in your roster should be an old season. So, like, if you want to put a Ricky Pooch in your roster, and Ricky Pooch is more expensive than all the goalkeepers, then get the old season Ricky Pooch and go buy a new goalkeeper.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, generally, on the whole, goalkeepers are going to be the most expensive. So generally, that's the spot you want to replace.
Yeah, that's the way that I look at it. Like, I'm not going to pay a premium for new in-season goalkeepers, and I'd rather pay a premium for a smashing outfielder. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
because goalkeepers suck. They're not going to keep a clean sheet, especially the MLS. They're going to create errors.
Value to stability wise.
Right.
Goalkeeper, you mentioned goalkeepers suck. Not only do they have errors, but like they just flat out get replaced like all the time. So it's like, oh shoot, I just spent all this money on a new season goalkeeper and now he's on the bench and now I either have to go buy another one or just not play anymore. And it's like
it sucks.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers
I mean the really banger guys and outfield players, I mean there's transfer risk, but like that's not like that big a deal, you know?
Right. Like they'll still play somewhere.
They're gonna play.
Still gonna play somewhere, you know. You know who did play? The Philadelphia Union. They bounced back from their thrashing.
It wasn't rain?
No. Nice. And after just getting destroyed in CONCACAF, they came back and said, you know what? We are unfazed. Jack McGlynn with an 85 said, I don't care. I'm young. I'm a kid. I could bounce back. And he did, even though they tied Austin 2-2. Ugh.
I've been thinking about this lately. Is Philly dead? Is the dynasty over? Or do they have like a run to the playoffs still in them?
I'll say things aren't looking great.
Yeah.
And it could be like a Champions Cup congestion thing, right? It could be just a weird situation where they just haven't had a time to like really sit down and be like, okay, this is what we need to work on. This is our game plan. Like, let's figure shit out. And they've just been kind of running on autopilot. They're not the team they used to be.
Yeah, this was like the OP defensive stack for a long time. And now it's like outside of Kai Wagner, like all of them suck.
And even Kai, dude, if you look at Kai's scores this season so far, like they're bad. Like real bad.
Like I don't get it.
And that's why like it's hard to tell right now.
37. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
That's fullbacks for you though.
Look
Feast
at
or
these.
famine.
Look at these scores.
Yeah,
But like I'm saying, this is all Champions Cup, MLS. Like it's just rough. So it's really hard to judge teams right now. And even though Orlando keeps breaking my heart, I keep trying to say no, it's okay because it's been a crazy start to the season. So I've yet to. And guess what? Now we're going on international breaks and we're doing all this other crazy stuff. And guess what? More people are gone. So it's going to be another.
And then you
2
come
weeks
back from international break, and then you've got guys leaving for international over the summer, Leagues Cup, all that fun stuff too. It's like there's never a not crazy time in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way either. But like, the MLS feels crazier than normal this season. Like it just feels all over the place. Like you can't get a feel for like nobody's elite. Like it's just like more and more that like parody kind of like ends up being like, oh, it's like really real now because
that's kind of weird. Because I actually feel the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's almost. I mean, it's always crazy, and I'm not gonna say it's not crazy, but I feel like this year, at least maybe that's just me. I feel like I have a decent beat on like this team's gonna play this team, and it should go this general way, and like this guy should have a decent game. I didn't do as well this week. I think there were a few more odd results, but yeah, I think generally I've been pretty good with like figuring out what's going to change because like I'm just assuming things are going to change. Like I think that's the difference. Like I'm not in past it was like okay, the Revs just broke the points record, so they're at least going to be like decent. And it's like, well, no, they don't have to be decent. They could just not be all that good. It's okay. It's a different season. So yeah, I've just kind of like the Toronto thing. Like I feel like I'm the only one on Toronto. But it's like I just reset. I just like last year does not count at all. Like it's not in the standings. Like the games don't matter. The points don't count. This is this team, and judging on the talent of this team, I think they are one of the top 5 teams in the East. Like I don't know. I think that's part of it the way I'm kind of looking at things. And like people might think, oh, Toronto getting a point in Cincinnati is a shocking result. Oh, Toronto winning in New England's a shocking result, whatever. They're not that shocking to me. Like they're pretty close to what should happen with these games.
That's why you're the MLS card guy, because you got a feel for things. Meanwhile, I'm just like struggling. Like I don't know what's going on. There's rotation everywhere. Half of my gallery seems dead every weekend, and it's just like my gallery's full of guys, and every time I like go to try to set lineups, like where are all my guys? And they're just like either out, rotated, red cards. Like I've just had a real bad start to the season. Like injuries, red cards, rotations. Yeah.
I'll say I went away from Champions Cup teams this year, which I think is helping a lot.
Yeah,
it's way more predictable when you're on like your Portlands and your Torontos and your NYCFCs, even if they're not great, which it turns out Portland's actually pretty good. But even if they're not great, like they're still like it's so much more consistent that it's easier to get the right guys in the right spots. Like
no, I think I think you're right. I think that's seriously a really big part of it that I'm struggling a little bit. Mike Bassett says that was a dull first half.
It really was. I think
we'll look at that.
Person hit the post maybe but
at a second. And Fackeldrager, love that. Do you guys have any winning lineups this game week? I do not. I can tell you right now, I do not.
Did you have any lineups score more than 340, or did my academy team beat all your lineups?
Oh, it might. I don't know. I'll pull it up in a second.
I should at least get coins for this or something.
Is that like your only? Is that your only winning lineup or no?
No. So this lineup is gonna probably hold T4. Yeah, it'll be close. We might hold T4. We might end up dropping into T5.
Yeah, your academy team destroyed all my lineups. That's how bad my weekend was.
I'm sorry. I have a lot of Jack McGlynn's though. So Jack McGlynn is everywhere. This team was this team's got a decent shot at a reward. And then this team has got a decent shot at a reward. One player to play in both. The rest of them are pretty Yeah, this one's so frustrating because like I only had one keeper and they were playing Bayern and Bayern just wrecked this dude and he put up a 0. But yeah, that'll happen to you. Which actually, as it turns out, I guess Bundesliga had a lot of high scores, so I was never like imagine scoring 400 points and not getting a reward.
That's just another weekend in Sorare, buddy. What are you talking about?
Not 400.
Nah.
I mean, 350 I've seen every once in a while, 360, not 400. Like 400 is stupid.
Dude, it is one of those weekends.
Literally 402 points to win a T5. That's insane. Ooh, yeah, Keegan struggled there. Peltola struggled. This was his first bad game, so I'm interested to see his price now. I probably way overpaid for that one because I was like trying to wait, and his price just kept going up and up and up and up and up. Like,
you just got to jump in, right? Sometimes you're just like, dang.
But like I was like, I feel like he's overpriced. I feel like he's overpriced. And then it's like, okay, well, forget this. I'm getting new season cards because like these competitions start. So I just pulled the trigger and went for it. And then he throws up a 19 the next week.
No. Well, he had like a smash the first couple games, right? So
he's like an 80 average, I think, in the first few games of the season.
Oh, negative 15 AA. We love that.
Yeah, he so far has thrown up
smashing
95, 74, 56, but now 19.
Show me that price graph real quick. Ooh.
Like here, I was like, that's like almost there. I'm like interested in the number one, but like, I feel like it's a little high. And then like 2 of them came out, and I was just gonna wait like a week to start getting them, and like they went.
So let me ask you
immediately. So I guess I feel better.
Is that a jersey mint or a number one?
This is a 1. Mine
is
not.
Yours, yeah.
No.
So have you thought about selling it and buying back in later?
Probably should, to be fair.
I mean,
probably.
I mean, do you think those scores are like consistent to the point where like, or do you think he'll like kind of fall off and people are gonna panic and just completely just?
He will be. Let me see.
Because that looks like you might as well just take profit, right?
60 AA is a little bit of ridiculous.
Smokes. 60 AA, 40 AA.
Yeah, he hasn't scored or assisted yet with any of these. Like, I don't think he will score or assist very much, to be fair. It's like I kind of view him as like mid 50s, high 60. Right. If he keeps on this pace. I mean, I said I was impressed with him, but like he is like blown people away in the first few weeks.
Right.
But he is 21, so like, is he gonna be? Yeah, he's a Finnish international. He's 21, so like, is he gonna be good? Also, like, he came from the Finnish league. He's never played outside of Finland in his life. So like, how good is he? If he theoretically could be the best defenseman in the league. So like,
yeah, with those numbers, yeah.
You kind of have to just assume he's really good until he's not. But like, that's the thing. Like, I got to like this point, and then I saw this when he hit that 60 AA,
right?
And I'm like, I just gotta get in. Like, I gotta get there. So like, I did actually hit this,
which is still a good buy. You still smashed it. You smashed a good buy.
Risk. I do think. I mean, he's never gonna really get AA. So I think like 57 is probably pretty close. And like, you look at other 57 guys, like they're nowhere near this expensive.
Right.
It's like probably overpriced, but.
So are you selling?
I don't know. If I sell him, I might get Carlos Heel. I might have an offer for Carlos Heel. So that might actually incentivize me to sell a little bit.
That sounds like a good trade right there, buddy.
But I also need to be the number 1 for DC United. So
okay, but will selling him and losing the first owner bonus when you buy back in later, will that take you out of first? How many people are really collecting DC, Chris? Let's be real.
It's me against one other guy.
Oh, okay, that changes things.
Mo Money. Wherever you are, Mo Money.
Does he have the whole collection already?
Yes.
Oh, you don't have the whole collection and you're up over 100?
But listen, he was going through and buying the jersey mints of guys that he already had. And I was like, respect, man. Like, he's going for it. I do think I have him outflanked at this point because, like, I still need 4 more. And I I mean, I'm not going to get jersey mints, I don't think. I think McVay was an important jersey mint because I think neither one of us had the first one. But yeah, I definitely have the inside track. Like I will have number 1 if I don't do anything crazy. But yeah, I mean, it won't hurt, to be fair. I'll still be,
especially if you can get a
number
Carlos
1.
heel out of it. Like, come on, like that is about as good as a trade gets, in my opinion, if you ask me.
Yeah,
But it's so funny though, because I have a guy
idea.
pushing me for Orlando, and I think he has 13 jersey mints or one ofs, and I have like 12 or 11. But I have the 2 rookie number 1s, which is extra points on top of that. So it's like,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. Rookie
not.
number 1s because it's special edition card and the number 1.
Yeah, but if he gets a rookie, he's gonna get the rookie at some point. It's like the rookie.
That's fine, but he's not going to be the number 1 though. But he's not getting the bonus for the number 1 either. So I'm still beating him by like 20 points on those 2 cards. So it's like I think I might be okay.
But he's beating you on other stuff because you're counting those guys.
It evens out though. I did the math. It evens out. Like
the rookies canceled. This is math.
No, how do the
see?
But then
you have the rookie bonus.
He
has the rookie bonus. So
yes,
yeah, you have the one
bonus.
and he doesn't. But on some other card, he has the one and you don't. So what matters is like how many total number 1s and jersey mints you have.
I know.
And as long as they're all first owners. So like if he has more 1s and jerseys, then yeah, you're behind. Catch up.
How you doing, Daniel Cooper? Over here with your Seattle collection. When I'm over here struggling for my Orlando collection. No one ever cared before. No one cared for the last 3, but all of a sudden now someone cares.
Don't worry. Next year they'll be back to not caring.
I know. I'm kind of hoping
the advantage of being a bad team is like no one cares about your collection and you can just go get it yourself. I'm not looking forward to DC next year. I might not even do DC next year, depending on.
That's what I'm kind of hoping. Like the fringe guys on the team that have like jersey mints in like the 70s and like 90s and stuff like that. I'm hoping they just stopped caring about Orlando at that point, so I can like sneak them in and kind of get ahead of the curve.
They're really important. I set up a whole graph. I'm tracking everything.
Yeah. Seattle are stinking out the play so far. Injuries everywhere and can barely score. But Daniel, you're forgetting one important thing. It is Danny Masovsky season, baby. Let's go. Yes.
Yes. Let's go. Seattle is really stinking now because they're having to play Danny Masovsky. So that stinks for them.
It's fine, dude. It's fine.
But yeah, look, I tracked everything. I literally made a whole thing.
Wow, that's like, a spreadsheet, my guy.
Hey, this is the ones I have. This is the ones he has. This is the ones still left. Like, this is what other people have. This is like what we have right now, and like the potential for like what we could have. Oh wait, that's New England Revolution. This is DC United. I'm also tracking New England Revolution. But yeah, there's not that many jersey mints left, and the big one is the McVay. If I get the McVay, I guarantee right now if I get everybody else right, I complete the collection. I'll have 1650. His max that he could, if he gets all the rest of the jerseys, is 1650. So if I can get McVay, I guarantee that I cannot be caught.
Is that taking consideration the 90-day bonus too?
Yes and no, because the 90 days will cancel out. So like I'm thinking long term, it won't really matter. But yes, I did 70 and 40, which are technically the 90-day bonuses.
Hell yeah, they are. Oh, coming in with the heat, Frey, Yamar, João Paulo, and Rusnak all back for next game week. He's excited. Seattle is back. So you were saying that Seattle was struggling.
We need João Paulo.
We do need João Paulo. DC played yesterday. They played against Miami. So they showed up, but it just wasn't enough. They weren't perfect enough to not get destroyed by Luis Suarez off the bench.
It's weird that you're the one breaking down the DC United game, but yeah, that's where we are right now.
Listen, Orlando hasn't even played yet. They play Sunday night at 7 p.m. All right. That means I was home all day yesterday, and all I did was sit on the couch and watch football. And it was kind of awesome. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like one day. Oh, since he just scored.
Yeah. See, told you. That handball call changed everything in that game.
Lucho to Aurelio.
Ooh.
Lucho to Oriano. Sorry. I don't know why I said Aurelio. I know his name is Oriano. I'm very tired, guys. Relax.
That's messed up, Daniel. I will. Well, I'm 100% waiting for the end of my weekend for disappointment. To the point where I even faded Orlando this week in my lineups because I was like, going to Atlanta the way that we've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I might just go to sleep. Just see you tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like one of the two of us is able to stay home like every weekend between like Sunday night games and like us not having a game, and I feel like we're covering it like pretty well so far. But
yeah, but it's just one of those things when Orlando has a home game, like luckily there's been early afternoon games, so I can catch like one or two, but like I'm out, I'm going to meet up with people. Like I miss midday games and then I miss every other game because I'm in Orlando. And then sometimes I stay out after the game, and I'm definitely not watching the late night games. And then whatever I get what I get on Sunday. But watched a lot of football this week.
You're gonna have to watch all the games in July, so just be prepared. Yeah. Wait, those are Leagues Cup. They don't count, so it's fine.
We love those. But yeah, I'm excited.
You love Leagues Cup. I do. I don't.
It's the Mexican in me. I can't help myself. Mike Bassett with a genuine question. Sorry, Mike. We'll get to you in a second. I especially don't like Leagues Cup now that it's ruining US Open Cup. Okay.
And I'd like to direct my ire from that at that. And that's all I have to say about that.
All right, yes. I'll get to Mike Bassett in a second, but I want to bring this up now that we have it now. I texted you the other day and you didn't answer me back, you asshole. Am I a bad fan for not boycotting Leagues Cup because of the Open Cup shenanigans? Because everyone that I see on social media from Orlando, they're like, down with Leagues Cup. And they're like, I'm not going. And I'm just like, of course I'm going to go for a good time. What the hell?
No, you're a bad fan. I will 100% say that. Like, if MLS wants to destroy a 120-year tournament so that they can play Leagues Cup, which they control instead of US soccer, like that's bad. It's real dirty. And I don't like it. And I want my soccer to be more fair and stuff.
MLS versus Mexico is just so fun, and I don't know if that's
I love those games.
Like, I don't know if it's just like deep down, like I'm just like, this is like everything. Like this is me. This is like me just wrapped up in a nice little package. Like I don't care, man. I just want to watch some football. That's really how I look at it. Like, do I wish we were in the Open Cup? Yeah. Do I really care? No. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, it is what it is. There's still MLS teams in the Open Cup, just 8 of them. Instead of the whole league. Not technically fully out.
Eight of the teams can send their backup reserve teams to the Open Cup this year instead of all of them. No, I don't know. I get that. And like to some degree, you're probably the majority because no one really watches Open Cup and everyone watched the Leagues Cup. Now, was that messy or what? Like, I don't know if it may have just been messy and he just got here and that's why we want to watch Cheat Cup. It might just be that Leagues Cup is going to end up being the same thing as Open Cup. But if it's not, if people actually want to watch that, then ratings are going to end up determining it and money is going to end up determining it. And that's just the unfortunate truth. It's not like this is not a fair business. So
at the end of the day, the market doesn't care what you think.
Whatever you want is what they're going to do. So.
All right. Back to your regular scheduled program.
Sorry, Mike. I 100%. I got you on that one. I'm sorry.
Genuine question. How has Kip Keller gone from not getting a start at Austin to starting at Cincy?
Because Kip Keller is a good player. And like he should have been a good player. And he had a really unfortunate start in his first couple games at Austin. And they never forgave him. And he never got another chance. And now he's getting his chance at Cincy since he was really high on him in the draft. But they like Celentano better. So they picked Celentano, and then they were given the opportunity to get Kip Keller, and they're like, oh boy, we got both of them. And it's not fair at all. And Kip Keller is going to be a really good player in this league, like a Walker Zimmerman level player in this league.
Wow. So
like eventually, not right now, but like eventually he will be a very solid U.S. national team-ish level. Like people will be mad that he's on the U.S. national team, but he'll still be on the national team, and he'll probably be an MLS lifer. Like that I see him as Walker Zimmerman 100%. It's like, look at Walker Zimmerman's career path. And that's what I envision for Kip Keller.
So who has more upside, Kip Keller or Jack Maher?
Kip Keller.
Wow. Over Jack Maher. Who was listening to a podcast the other day. Walker Zimmerman considers him his son. So they're just like BFFs.
Jack Maher?
Yeah.
I'm a big Jack Maher fan too, but
so you think Kip Keller better than Jack Maher?
I do think Kip Keller's or will be better. Potential.
Interesting. Alex W11, hates the idea of Open Cup being ruined, but he is planning a road trip to go to a few stadiums this summer, and Leagues Cup scheduling makes it perfect.
Money talks.
There you go, baby. If you come into Orlando, let me know. I'll be there. I will be one of the only fans in the. It's just going to be the entire empty stadium, just me in the supporter section going, "Woo, Leagues Cup, woo." Oh, what'd I miss?
Either they scored or they didn't score. Either that was a goal.
That's usually how it works. Yeah.
Okay, they've called it a goal now. Kubo just had a header that the goalkeeper like reached behind him and made a ridiculous palm save. And it's like, it's really close because they're kind of arguing about it, but they're going to go to VAR. But right now it's here the goal. Also, but that was a stupid save if he made it.
Everyone's crying about Leagues Cup, Open Cup, referees, all this nonsense. Can we just talk about how MLS doesn't have goal line technology yet? Like, are you kidding me? Like, can we actually can we talk about like the important stuff right here instead of arguing about all this nonsense? Like, why do we not have goal line technology yet? That is just ridiculous beyond belief. Shame on you.
I don't think that's a goal, to be fair. I think he got that.
Mike Baz said it happens in England too.
Dude, their camera is being blocked by the net. That's so funny.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's ridiculous that we don't have goal line technology. Big clubs put U23 sides out in early rounds of the Carabao Cup, which is third level cup. And I brought this up when this first happened. Like, I don't understand why MLS just couldn't shut up and just look. They already run out
because
like
they
already run out academy teams anyway.
Control the money.
Like, shut up and just let them throw out U23, get knocked out early, whatever you want to do. But like, why bring all this bad PR into the mix when like it was completely unnecessary?
Because they don't control them. They don't control the TV contracts for it, so they don't get anything for it. And like, to be fair, U.S. soccer pays nothing to be in the Open Cup, so like they're literally just losing money on travel costs and all that fun. Even if you send your U23 team, you're still paying for the plane, the hotel. Like, it's not nothing. And they get literally nothing out of it. So I mean, I do get it from a cost perspective, but like, it's still kind of like we should just eat that cost, like it should just be part of the game. It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
Really not that hard.
But we don't want to pay our refs either, so apparently it is very hard. Oh, I love the MLS so much. Gosh.
Yeah. We have billion-dollar owners all over the place, but we can't pay the refs.
I want you to congratulate me and hype me up and tell me how great of a striker Brian White is, because every time I tell you and every time I bring up Brian White, you're just like, ugh, gross. Go on.
I've never watched a game where I'm like, oh, Brian White's good. But like every once in a while he'll have 80s. So like, I mean, that's better than nothing. Like, strikers got to put the ball in the back of the net, So I mean, he did that. So
Vancouver Whitecaps
we'll take those. What do we think of Vancouver? Oh man, since he's just going away with it now.
Since
Lucio
I watched,
just scored a free kick.
Oh Jesus, of course he did. Yeah, ever since I watched Vancouver against Tigres in the early rounds of Champions Cup this year, I was like, oh yeah. And last year we were high on Vancouver. We said this team's a lot of fun. And they don't even isn't Sartini still suspended or something like that for last year for just going off on everybody?
I don't know, maybe.
Like, he missed a couple games. He might still be gone. But it's not so much about Vancouver. But like, what are we thinking about Dallas? Okay. Because defensively, I thought, weren't they solid? They were a solid defensive team. This was in Dallas, I'm pretty sure. What's going on?
I don't think Dallas is that good.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, Lucho went under the wall, which is badass. I love that. No, I don't think Dallas is really that good. There are some good pieces, but they're just not. They're not. I don't know. They're not a complete team. Like, they have weaknesses everywhere, specifically in the midfield. Like, Leggett is just not good.
He scored a goal. He's not even playing regularly, but he got a goal.
He scored a goal. That's great. He had a decent sour night, but like, he's not like in real life. He's not doing anything.
He's washed.
Ariola's good, but he's very much a role player. He's not a star.
He's like a 50 guy. That's it.
Desperately need Velasco.
Yeah.
And Ferreira's been out for a lot of this start, right? He hasn't been playing much.
He started with a little knock at the beginning, but yeah. But this was off a free kick. This was an assist off a free kick outside the box.
Okay.
To Sebastian Leggett. So it wasn't even open.
Yeah, they don't control the midfield. Nkosi Tafari puts out a lot of fires, and I think Paz is really actually a pretty good goalkeeper generally, but he's not super consistent either. It's like he's not one of the top 5 goalkeepers in the league. but he's probably top 10-ish if we're just talking goalkeepers. But I think his defense is terrible in front of him outside of Nikosi Tafari. Midfield can't keep the ball, and the attackers are just they don't really have a chance because they're either playing on the counter or they're just not playing. So I don't know. I think Dallas needs more. They need more oomph. They don't have the talent to keep up with. Everybody else has made huge additions over the last few years, and Dallas has just kind of stayed the same, if not gotten a little bit worse.
I got Musa, bro.
So,
and Dante Seeley's on the come.
I haven't seen Musa like really go off yet. So if Musa ends up being pretty good, great. Again, reminds me of a guy who's not going to create his own shot.
Right.
So he's going to need service, and where's that going to come from? Seeley is a good young player, so like fair play to him. I'm excited to see
up
him
and down,
develop. But I think he's got some AA potential. He's a forward card too, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
It's like he's got some potential. So for a U23 forward, I think he's probably one to look at. But in reality, he is playing winger / fullbacks. Like his Sorare scores are not going to be.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're not going to be great.
Pretty bad.
But like if he continues to play attacking mid, that at least gives him some sort of potential. So keep an eye on him.
Where are we on Ryan Raposo? Because he's kind of having a season finally, where he's kind of always been there, because maybe in and out for a little bit.
A guy, yeah.
But maybe is this the year? I know there was like weird rumors of him going to China over the off season, which is like out of nowhere. But
I don't know. I have an out of 5 rookie of Ryan Raposo in actual real cards.
Oh wow!
Yeah. That was the year. That rookie class was the year I was doing those. So I have like Tanner Beeson. I have a Raposo of a Nikosi Tafari. I have DK, a bunch of guys. So but yeah, Raposo. I don't know. I hope he develops into a solid player. I don't think he has much more potential above that, just kind of as a solid player. But like that's still a useful piece. So
I don't know. It's just like he was always kind of around, and lately,
big, though.
Like one of the big factors for me, like when I'm watching and then I like translate it to Sorare, is like if a guy, like if I'm just watching a game like neutrally and a guy just keeps sticking out to me and standing out, and I'm like he's just all over the place, start to catch my eye, and then normally never translate to Sorare. Ryan Raposo is that guy right now where I'm just like, ooh, starting to show some flashes of some really nice things, a little consistent play, a little level up a little bit more, and like, hey, could be a cheeky little fun guy on the fun Vancouver team. You know what I'm saying?
He's kind of Wobodo like, where he'll be all over the place, but he won't really rack up a ton of AA.
Right.
So yeah, Sorare wise, I don't think we really are gonna get too excited about him, but real life wise, I think he'll be a decent player to have on a roster for sure.
Fair. All right, dude. There is still a lot of games to talk about. My goodness, we just have fun with everybody. Just conversate with you guys. We get sidetracked. We're just here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. You know,
especially when I'm tired, I get sidetracked very easily. So that's probably my bad.
Houston Dynamo 1-0 over the Portland Timbers. This game,
the Fighting Griffin Dorseys. Look at that.
Yes, the Fighting Ben Olsons. Though I stopped playing Griffin Dorsey. I got tired of getting burned, and he's been having a nice little run before me.
He scored the winner or not the winner. He scored a goal in the Champions Cup, though. Yeah, cool. Good for them. That's awesome. Yeah. Greg actually fits in the midfield kind of well, so that's good.
Yeah, but they have a lot of injuries. They're not going to do much. This was a game.
They really need Hector Herrera.
They really just
are Hector Herrera, and that's. I mean, Ben's gonna build the system around that player. It was Wayne Rooney in DC. It's Herrera here. So like, if that guy's not in there, you're not really doing that much. But that's big to get 3 points.
Big to get 3 points. They definitely needed it. Portland, whatever. It was a game. They had chances. Just didn't happen for them.
Yeah. Santi Moreno, another big AA.
Santi Moreno, baby. A forward card now.
Daniel Cooper with the same comment, right as I said it.
Maybe
he
that.
Should have my job.
Great minds think.
He seems better at it than me.
Hey, anytime. Look, Sunday Shenanigans are for anybody. Anybody who wants to come on Sunday Shenanigans, we got you. If your team playing, let's go. Let's watch it. Do your thing. Hop on right now. I don't care. We're just here for a good time, not a long time. Right, Chris?
That's true. Although we have been here for a long time.
Oh, cry about it. Because Reynoso's back.
Oh, I'm not crying. I'm happy about it. Reynoso's back, though.
Reynoso did something. He's back. Halongwane with another goal off the bench. My guy.
Is he not a starter, though? Like,
he used to be. I don't know why he's not.
Frioni scored.
Look at that.
That's weird. Is he allowed to do that?
To be honest, I'm not very sure. I didn't know he had it in him, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
let's refresh this. Oh,
that's okay.
Yet. But anyway, Minnesota, are they back? Dane St. Clair, as I
Where
sold
did they
him.
Go? They've been here all year. Where have you been?
No,
don't you remember them killing Orlando? Come on, man. What do you mean they're back? They've been here.
I mean, they're not back until Reynoso's back, okay? And now Reynoso's back.
Now they're even.
So now they're back. Really back.
They're really back. What do you think about Longwane? Is he gonna play on this team?
Listen,
I think it's a real question.
As in, does he fit in this team?
No, does he start?
He needs to. He was starting at the end of last year.
Over who?
First of all, why is Caden Clark starting? I forgot Caden Clark was even back in the league.
I forgot Caden Clark was a person. Yeah.
he was.
Remember when he was the most? Yep. And then he went to Leipzig, and now he's like, yeah, that didn't work.
The fact that like this move went under the radar to the fact that I didn't even realize he was back until I saw him on the field for Minnesota. I was like, wait, what?
You know what the
crazy
thing?
When did he come back?
Like he had like 3 good months for Red Bull, and then Leipzig was like, we need him, and so they bought him, but he couldn't get over there until the end of the year, and he was terrible the rest of the year. And then Leipzig was like, actually, keep him for another year. Let's see how it goes. We'll loan him back to you. And it was like this whole big thing because they had to pay to get their own player back. And then he was terrible again. And now Leipzig's like, yeah, we don't even want you here. So
yes, Daniel Bongi will be a starter. He's just coming back from injury. Ray, Bongi, Sangbin, and Pookie should be the front 4. I mean, I don't disagree.
Where's
with
Laud?
that.
Where's Laud?
Back here somewhere.
Instead of what, Will Trapp? You're not sitting Dodson.
Yeah, you're not sitting Dodson. DJ Taylor has his moments. I will agree. DJ Taylor does have his moments.
You're not sitting. Yeah, where are you playing Laud then? Because Laud's got to start. I get that he's very versatile. I get that he's versatile, so you can move him around. But like, if you move him back, where are you going to move him back to? Like, you're not sitting Dodson, and like, as much as Will Trapp is just an okay player, like he's still an okay player. It's like, where are you going to move him to? I guess it has to be Will Trapp, right?
Yeah,
but like,
I mean,
I don't feel great about sitting Will Trapp.
But that's the interesting thing too, because Sangbin last year, like I think we said it last week, he didn't really show up when he first got here, and now he's kind of a guy, not on Sorare, but he's definitely a guy. Ray has to play the 10. Laud isn't a winger. He'll have to move back. Yeah. So Daniel agrees. He moved back. And I think it's Will Trapp, fortunately.
I don't know. Laud can play wing.
But I think
he'll play like an inside forward. But
that's
honestly, I would sit Caden Clark and
yes, 100%.
Maybe move Laud outside and have him play like as an inverted forward. I don't know. It's hard to figure out. It's hard to figure out what formation these guys are going to play. And
you got to think, like, yeah, depth on the bench is always a great thing too, especially in the MLS with tired legs. But there's
Trapp is not going to be the guy that comes in off the bench and provides a spark though.
No, but he'll keep games. He'll keep the W. He won't lose you the game. I think that's the biggest issue.
No, I mean he won't lose you the game, but like
that's the most important part.
A lot of times
teams lose the game at the end.
Guys, I think this is actually a really underrated part of this game, right? A lot of teams will have like a super sub that comes in and is a spark plug, right? Like Christian Pulisic was that for a long time.
Right.
And like he is not good from the start, but like you bring him on off the bench and he just like changes the game immediately. And like some guys just are built to be subs.
Right. Like Chris Mueller.
Longwane that. Because he seems really good off the bench, at least so far.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, he's coming back.
I'm happy. Exactly.
There you go. Yeah, get Will Trapp out of there because he never scored in any SO5 scenarios. That's for sure.
I mean, But like Bonky, like he showed up at Leagues Cup, finally showed up, balled out of Leagues Cup, and then kind of just disappeared at the end of last season, right? And you didn't really know what you were going to get. And now that he's coming back, he can do it, but it's like, can he do it consistently? And I think it'll just depend on who's in form. Like it'll always be Ray, Pookie, and then maybe whoever's in form, whether it be Sangbin, Bongi. There's options, and there's a new coach. So what are you gonna do? What?
But doesn't Bongi play striker? Like, doesn't he? Like, isn't that his preferred position?
He plays on the wing. Plays on the left.
I kind of thought he was a striker.
I mean, I'm sure he could. I mean, with that speed, I mean, I'm sure there's situations where you just kind of throw him up top and you're like, hey, just run over, chuck a long ball over, and hope for the best. We've seen it happen. I've seen it firsthand. Love it. Love those.
I've seen those firsthand. Well, at least you didn't see the wind blow 40 miles an hour and your goalkeeper stand there and not move back. But that's different.
Rest in peace. The Trippin' Bees in Charlotte going to Nashville 2-1. I faded Nashville so hard.
Tough.
I said they had a rough midweek. There's no way they come in here and do anything. Charlotte's going to come in and upset them. And Nashville said, we are mad.
Hold my beer.
They said, hold my beer. And
I feel like that happens a lot. Like when you get knocked out of the midweek competition, like the next game is, I don't know. I feel like the next game is always like pretty decent. I don't know, maybe that's wrong because a lot of MLS teams just got knocked out. I didn't actually think that statement through, but I feel like that does happen sometimes where you're like, oh, it's schedule congestion. Oh, they just played midweek. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But like the actual schedule congestion part of it is that you have to play midweek and then you have to play Saturday and then you have to play another midweek and then you have to play another Saturday. And like you just hit the end of all your midweeks. Now you just have Saturdays the rest of the time. It's like you can play through. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's less of an issue when you get knocked out.
Wait. So does that mean that Atlanta's getting crushed tonight by Orlando?
No, because Orlando's not good. I guess in fairness, Nashville's not good either. Maybe Orlando comes out mad and just whacks Atlanta.
Hey, they're healthy though.
Close your ears, Thomas.
They're healthy. Surge, Mukhtar, they're all back. Here we are. Here we go. Nashville's back. Also, shout out to Trippin' B. Posted that great picture of him flicking off the crowd in Nashville. Away days are the best. If anybody's never been on away day, do it. There's nothing like them. So shout out to that. I laughed very hard when I saw that. And apparently they were harassing and security was giving him a hard time. So we love that. Go down there.
Security should never
support
give
your club
a hard time.
Well,
he is above security's like level of authority.
Apparently security in Nashville are a bunch of babies.
I
can't wait to go to Nashville.
It is police
that is
or,
high on my
or
away day
nothing
list.
for Trippin' B.
I love it. But unfortunate day for Charlotte FC. Look, Capetti's hurt. Kerwin Vargas went out early. That sucked. Nashville had something to prove. And that they did. So yay for Nashville. I think, maybe. Dude. Galaxy, St. Louis. What a game. Wow. Talk about back and forth chaos. Yeah. Ricky Poosh killed everybody's lineup. Once again, St. Louis gets given a goal in the back. They just gives the ball to the defender.
Dude,
and he basically just walks the goal in.
I'm convinced that they are actually Jedi masters. Like Klaus is just a Jedi. He is. Like he's just Jar Jar Binksing the entire rest of the league right now.
I don't get it, dude. I really like don't.
That's the only explanation. That just is that's what it is. He has mind games.
It is what it is, but the fact that they just keep giving goals away, and it was Poosh too on top of that. Like Poosh got under pressure, he tried to give it and he just gave it away. Jovic continues to score, do the thing.
Yeah, he's having a good start. Paintsill, big game. Big game.
Yeah, Paintsill, big game. Dude, Paintsill on the right destroyed St. Louis. Yeah. When I tell you, like you couldn't give this guy any more space if you tried. Holy smokes.
He got the ball and they all just went to the parking lot.
Dude, like there was a point where like LA won it back. Delgado got the ball. He just looked up and just sent it and just Paintsill by himself on the right. Just nobody in sight. Just they don't even have to look up. They just know he's making that run, and that is going to be dangerous for this league. If they can get that together, holy smokes. Dangerous. Danger. LA Galaxy. Yes. Defensively.
Except they're just going to give up 3 goals. Yeah, I mean, I was getting updates at the end of this game, and it was like own goal. It was like red card. It was like Yoshida scored an extra time or something to tie it. It was crazy. I was actually done at that point, which is insane.
Oh, were you?
Well,
yeah,
done-ish. I was still in the building, but
you're relaxing, having a good time. Yeah, dude, this game is a lot of fun. It was chaos. I was tired. I gotta tell you, man, watching soccer all day, I was
takes
exhausted.
it out of you. It does.
like to the point where like even during this LA Galaxy like St. Louis game that was so crazy, I was like, I couldn't even like get into that much. I was just like, dude, I just wanted to be over. I just want to go to sleep.
No, legit. Like you think like soccer is such a mental game, and you thinking about everything as it's going on, and it does. It takes you out of you, especially like you watch a couple games, and it's a lot.
Yeah, because I watched at least like half, if not full games of like the early games, and then like that big block at 8:30.
Yeah.
That happened with all the games. I just threw on 360, which was actually kind of fun. It was probably the first time I watched 360 since like last season. It's a lot better. It's gotten good. It literally feels like you're watching Red Zone.
It is, but I still don't think it really is very good for the sport. Like this is just not a sport where you can tell when things are going to happen. So like it's not going to work. But it is a lot better than it used to be.
Well, they did a good job at so like a goal would happen. And then they would go back and then play a little bit of the lead up to it. Yeah. Which, like, in soccer, it's kind of weird because, like, wherever you are on the side of the field, it's like, okay, you know who's going to score, which is, like, kind of lame, right? Because part of, like, the excitement is just, like, just out of nowhere, just, like, a goal gets banged in. So there was that, but they did really good at just, like, running through and just, like, switching from, like, game to game. Like, quiet moments, they pick, like, games that, like, nothing was really happening in. And there's that.
I was a little bit annoyed when they would say, "Oh, we've got a goal," and then they would go to a game. Whereas it's just like, just switch it and let me be surprised that there is a goal. You know, like I don't want to be told like, "Oh, there's a goal coming," because then I know what's gonna happen. That's not the beauty of this game. Like, oh, we're gonna cut in here and go to the Orlando game. Something's just happened. Like if you just say something's happened, I know to pay attention. Right? Whether a shot hits the bar, whether there's a big save, whether there's a goal, whatever. Right. That's the beauty of soccer. Like I at least know to pay attention if you say something's just happened. But if you say, "Oh, it's been a goal," and then you switch me to Orlando and they're attacking third, it's like, well, cool. I guess I can just turn this off because like here comes a goal from Orlando. Then at that point, it's like I'm just rooting for people to pass the ball to my guys. Because I'm like, I know if my guy touches it, there's a good chance I get decisive at some point in this move. So I'm just like, come on, get it to Facundo. Find Facundo. Where is he? Yeah. I wish there was more suspense in those, but there's not.
No, I get that. So but talking about like surprises and all that, we have our first guest over here.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
AT, what's up, dude? Thanks for being, I want to say thanks for being brave and just being like, oh, like they're inviting people on. He like messaged me on Discord. He was like, yo, I'm good to go. I'm ready. What's up?
Yeah, I've been watching the stream the whole time, watching the Cincinnati game. And so I thought you guys are about to talk about sporting. I was there last night. I may as well, chime in.
Look at that transition.
Dude,
we couldn't pay for a better transition.
You see me? Look at that, dude. I was working on it in the background. I was like, yo, we got this. Sporting Kansas City. You were there.
Yeah.
So give me the rundown. What happened? What did you see?
So first of all, let's start pregame. Day before, lineups locked at 10 my time, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. 2 hours after lineups lock, Sporting puts out surprise Fontas and Shallowy questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sent that to the injury report, part of the Discord, and people were not happy because there was nothing about them all season, and that worried me. I had a Champ America Rare Plus lineup that had Fontas in it with all my Sporting guys ready to go. Been looking forward to it all week. Had my 1 of 1,000 Sporting limited stack ready to go as well too. Ooh. Come in, sitting in my seat, got my Sorare hat on, got my kit on, ready to go. Happy as can be, and then I get the notification. Fontas, not even in the 18. Shallowy does play, but I didn't even have him in, so that sucked. But
isn't that annoying when it's like 2 guys are questionable? It's like the one you need is up to being the one that doesn't play. Like,
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I kind of expected if one of them wasn't going to play, it was going to be Fontas. He's a little bit older, and hamstring is a little bit worse than hip. But yeah.
So it's
So
funny because the initial report came out and they were like, a couple guys are questionable. And I had Radoja in my lineup, and I took him. I was like, I'm not doing this. No way. I took him out, and then sure enough, he ended up playing. So that
yeah,
burned me. But
yeah.
talk to me about this game.
So we started off, we did not, it seemed like we didn't want to have the ball. We let them control possession for the first 10, 15 minutes, and they got a corner and scored off that. It's really awkward, like shot Costa took, and the stadium kind of just went silent after that, as expected, because like we know we're expected to win this game. San Jose has been playing bad all year, compared to like, how they should be playing. I can say this for San Jose, Pellegrino, they need to play him up top. They have him at left mid. He is so tall and skinny, and the way he was producing at Bodo, he needs to play up top.
Yeah,
he's
big scores.
Yeah, he is, expensive. Coming to the league, like people were high on him. He did not do anything for them, and he was playing more left mid, which is really weird. Yeah, he definitely needs to transition to striker. He's like perfect built for it too, and they need a goal scorer.
No, they don't. They have Jeremy Abobasi.
Do they? Where is he?
He's on the field.
They got him right in the middle. He didn't do much either. After that 15 minutes, we sort of just took over. We had a corner. Rosero scored. Just got his super rare, put him in that lineup, and Fontas ruined it. So couldn't do anything with that.
No.
Yeah. We love this game so much.
Oh no.
So good.
The one time our defender scores.
He's been putting up like 45s, and he finally gets his decisive, and it's all ruined. Yeah, after that we controlled basically the whole game. Russell got it was a really beautiful team goal. Russell just chipped it up. Polito was right there at the 6-yard box and tapped it in. Besides that, we held possession for a long time. That's why you see those, defender AAs all sitting at about 10, just because we were passing around the back, really stalling the whole time. Amelia had some good saves. We should have conceded a second one, like start of the second half. And we also almost conceded after both goals. We just like stood flat-footed. But yeah, Remy Voltaire, who came off the bench, he was dealing with the injury. He's probably going to start next game. But the main thing was Russell. He came off with an ankle injury in the 53rd minute. And I know people have been high on just the whole team, like the stack. And he's been one of those main guys because he's cheaper. He's cheaper than Shallowy. But I don't know. It didn't look that great when he came off. He just fell to the ground while they're on the other side of the pitch, like a minute after it happened, and got subbed off. I don't know. Based on his previous injuries, I don't know if he'll play next week. But if he does, I think we'll find out during training during the week. But besides that, I think we look like really good shape up top. Polito's hold-up play has been really well, and he's drawing fouls. He drew a bunch against LAFC, which was really helpful. And for some reason we didn't lose that game. But yeah, next week we got LA at home, Galaxy at home, and they just dropped that late game, which was I was watching on the way back home, had it on the radio, and when St. Louis wins, we don't like that, especially the way they win.
Yes.
We mentioned that. Give them goals. Yes, let them have it. Why not?
Yeah. It's bad. The whole MLS doesn't like it, but especially us, because they're just getting free points. It happened at the beginning of last year too. But yeah, I think this next run for us is going to be like really promising. We have a lot of really good fixtures coming up, and all the people buying it at SKC, welcome, and hopefully this is what you'll see from now on, but you'll see Fontas actually playing and not ruining everyone's lineups.
Literally ruining everybody's. Sorare Ellis, what's up? Hope you're doing well as well. Wow, great words. Yeah,
Sean
dude,
Kalai
just
hit the crossbar.
Love that
on
guy.
A one-on-one.
Johnny Russell's one of those guys that like I refuse to buy because he's old as dirt. And this is exactly what I was afraid of, where it's like, as soon as I buy him, I know it's gonna happen. and it happened
Well,
anyway.
to be fair, he's been old as dirt for about 3 years, and he still
I've been saying it for
produces.
years.
So
And he scores so good.
yeah.
So I know you said we don't really know like what the extent of it. And for Johnny, I feel like for Johnny Russell to go out, like it has to be serious. He doesn't like seem to me to be the type of guy that's just gonna be like go off for nothing.
And also, if it was away from the play, that's always a bad sign.
Yeah, it happened on a cross in, and he messed it up like reaching for a ball, and then he like jogged back, and at the halfway line, he just kind of sat down. And yeah, they brought him off. They brought on our youngster Afrifa, who just looked inexperienced. Like he has all the talent, but he just looks inexperienced. He's giving the ball away cheaply, so he's gonna start if Johnny doesn't. But we're gonna find out. He's always has nagging injuries. Like he's questionable a lot.
Right.
We're comparing him to LeBron right before the season started. he's
questionable
gonna
every night.
Yeah, he's gonna play most of those times, but because of this, I don't know. I think it could be something that he has to deal with. Maybe sit the next game. Maybe after that, it depends.
And even if you're not sure, you just sit in one game, and that way your lineup's not ruined. And then if he plays great, you can bring him back in the next week.
Yeah. I've been trying to stack new seasons, and so hopefully, I was thinking about bringing in a rare new season Johnny. I think it might be a little bit easier now because
For sure.
That's what I was just looking at. I was like, is this like maybe a cheeky like buy low? No one's gonna want to deal with it, and you just kind of swoop in for a little bit.
Yeah, all of our cards are up though, and the weird thing too, if you look at our like new season cards, there's no Melia, there's no Polito, and there's no Jake Davis, who are 3 of our starters, and they don't have cards at all.
They just added Carlos Hill like this week.
Yeah, so
they're still adding as they go.
I'm hoping they add them soon because I want to be able to get a new season Melia because he's the cheapest starter, and
that for sure is gonna be on the club. Like the club is like they missed picture day or something. Like yeah.
So Alan Polito just signed an extension on his contract, right? He's going to be around for a little bit.
Yeah, I think he signed 2 years, so I think he's going to be here through 2027, if I remember right.
I've been staring at his rare for months now.
Yeah, I think this is lowest you'll see it. Honestly, he's kind of had a stinker to start the season. He finally got on the goal tally yesterday. It's gonna last season was nice. He missed the first part. We had to deal with Willie Agata for few games, worst start in history, but he came in, he changed everything. So hopefully he can have the returns like he did last year. And I think if you believe that he's going to, which I think 50-50, I'd say pull the trigger because he's not like crazy expensive, but his returns can be really nice if you want like a top striker.
Yeah, I've always rated him. Well, before you guys got him, like he was linked to Orlando pretty heavily.
Yeah,
and he was almost ours, and I was very excited. Like we've never really had like big Mexican names.
He's your Yaya Boa.
Basically, and we almost had him, and he went away. And it is what it is. But he's a player I definitely want to look for. And I know, Alex, we've talked before about having you on, bringing you on to do a Kansas City, scouting synopsis episode. That's still a thing.
Yep.
Now that the Riverhound season is in full effect, maybe we'll have a little bit more time for us again.
What?
We'll be able to do a little bit more. Right? Okay.
That's the opposite of what are you talking about? Well, the season's going on. We have way less time. Yeah.
But before this is the last game that we have to cover. We obviously have Cincy and New England, and then Orlando's going to smash Atlanta later. But why don't you go ahead and give us a sneak peek of that scouting synopsis episode? And what is the SKC stack we need to be targeting, especially even for this MLS specialist competition that's coming?
You want me to give you the 5?
Yeah. What are we running here?
So obviously we got to go Amelia. Pools camp, people are always asking me questions preseason about, like, even when I posted the first lineup on Play Sharper, people were like, what's the situation with Pools camp? He had his chance like 2 years ago. Amelia was having a little bit of a stinker. He kept some clean sheets, but he also gave up 3 goals in those other games that he didn't keep clean sheets. And they just threw Amelia back in. Last year when Amelia got hurt, he was the 3rd choice.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that was McIntosh, right?
Yeah, that was. Let's not have that ever again. He's gone. We're good. But yeah, Amelia has to be who you go with. For defense, I'm going Fontas when he's healthy. He's one of the most consistent scorers in the whole league when it comes to defense. He likes to pop out a 60 very often, which is really nice. Even if we concede a couple, he's really good. He's slow, but he's really he came out of Barcelona's academy and all that. So yeah, midfielder, I go Tommy just because you have the decisives that he can give you. Remy Voltaire is also a good option. He usually starts for us. He's been injured, but I think Tommy's a little bit bigger chance. for decisives. I mean, he had a really good game. He was close on a couple of them, and they also let Memo take corners, which is really weird. Yeah, they let him take sets in the first half, and then he got subbed off, which they usually let Shallowy take, which is weird. I don't know if it was because of his hip injury or something like that they just didn't, they didn't want him to take sets. But yeah, Tommy for midfield, for striker. I would have said Johnny if he was healthy now, but I feel like I have to say Shallowy.
Right.
He's our best scorer. Yeah, he's our best scorer. If Johnny's healthy, 100% Johnny. He's a fifth of the price, and he's putting up same scores. So once Johnny gets healthy, then go Johnny, or maybe invest now and have Johnny ready to go. But I don't know. For the extra, I'd probably go. I'd stack Shallowy and Johnny, and if Johnny's not healthy, I'd go Polito. I feel like Radoya doesn't score consistently enough. Leibold will pop out he's popped out like 280s this year off of straight AA, which is really weird because he doesn't get involved in the attack as much as Davis does. And he also just isn't our starter, or 70 and 80. But it's really weird because Leibold might not start when Ndembe comes back, because Ndembe kind of won over the fans with his goal against St. Louis and all that.
What ending of the season.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, until the Houston game. Being at those playoff games was fun. But
you take those, like, you knock your rival out when they're the number 1 seed. Like, it doesn't matter what you do the rest of the playoffs. Like, you've already
especially when
won.
everybody was down on you the entire year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I went over to the first leg in St. Louis. It was like 20 degrees, pouring rain, the coldest I've ever felt. Besides MLS Cup 2013, that was really cold. I was there for that too. But it was the coldest game. We won 4-1, and I was like, one of the best games I've ever been to. You know, because we were on Twitter that night, all those St. Louis fans who like to chat a lot.
Oh, I love it.
You're getting them back, but yeah, I don't know if Leibold starts second half of the season. I think Vermees really likes him too. But yeah, for that fifth.
Thanks for coming, Mike Baston. You're incredible.
Yeah, for that fifth guy, I'd probably go Russell or Shallowy, whichever one you don't pick to be your first choice attacker, and then Polito slot in if Russell's hurt. But yeah.
So wait, Mike thinks that Atletico against Barcelona is more important than Sorare in the States. Am I allowed to swear
anymore?
Am I allowed to swear?
We always swear.
Okay. Interesting.
We do the thing. We do it. Mike. It's all right.
No, it's fine. I'm not mad. You're mad.
He's got his priorities wrong.
Exactly.
Clearly. Yeah. Mike. Sheesh. Thanks for the support, though. Love you. Thanks. Come again. Woo. Oh, man. But dude, SKC's fun. When do you know when Ndembe is due to be back? It was pretty intense injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an ACL. He tore it midway through the St. Louis second leg, and he played through it the whole second half, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, and I'm looking it up right now. But I know that I think it was like June. It was something like that. He'll come around right about halfway through the season.
Oh wow, so it's a lot sooner than I thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was last October. So
yeah.
It was a decent time ago. But he was at media day. He looked like he wants to be back. He was like, they asked him, they were like, who do you think will score the most goals as a defender? He's like, me when I come back.
Yes.
So
I love that answer.
So he's already down 1 to Danny, but I don't know. I think he's ready to go and he's gonna play really well. So that's you could pick up. His rare is like $15. He's gonna he started turning it on towards the end of the season, and it was kind of like flipping between who would start, him or Leibold. And then when he finally won that spot, he was kind of like, okay, this is my spot. I'm gonna show you what I can do. And yeah, I'm excited for when he comes back, just because I want to have 2 like attacking minded options with Davis and him, and hopefully that'll lead to more decisives for everybody else.
Yeah, when he bombs up the wing, dude, he makes stuff happen. It's a pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a better Huon. Like, he's fast. He can make it happen. We didn't even talk about Huon this episode, and I got words, man.
Dude, you texted me Huon's back or something.
And I was going to clip it. Maybe I'll clip it and post it on Twitter. I'll try to find it. But like, when I tell you, like, a ball across, brought it down, beautiful first touch, played it into space, and just crossed, like, perfect pass into the box. I was like, what? I was like, where? Dude's out here acting like
hold on. That says
freaking,
who on the back of his jersey? That's not the right jersey.
Dude's out here playing like freaking Antoine Griezmann or something. I don't even freaking know.
Oh, goodness.
That's someone who could be an option for us maybe down the line. You know, he likes KC. He's a big Mahomes fan.
Oh, it's coming. Where he ends up, we don't know, but Antoine Griezmann MLS looks like it's happening eventually.
Could have had CR7 up top there too. Remember that story arc when we almost got him?
That's right. That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, dude. We have been here for almost 2 hours. That is insane. Yeah. It doesn't even feel like it. We've just been going.
I actually fell asleep halfway through this, despite the fact that I was talking. I was.
You love it here, Chris.
No, I love it, but I cannot keep my eyes open, which is a problem.
Right, we'll get you out of here. We'll take a nap. Thank you so much for everybody that was here, everybody that hung out like always. Daniel, Alex, well, you're here now. Mike Basson, all the good stuff. Alex, is there anything you want to plug since you're here, new to the show? Anything you want to plug? Let these people know where they can find you, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more active on Twitter. So HEG Sorare is my Twitter. You can go follow. I just did a giveaway that kind of boosted everything. But I played Sorare for a while. Now I'm actually trying to like get into meeting people in the community.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, if you can follow me on there, I'm trying to be active as much as I can in the Discord. Shout out Major League Sorare. So
best place ever. It's the only place I know.
Yeah, and I hope to come on the show more too. Just chat it up.
Yeah, dude. I'm not kidding when I just like invite everybody. I'm like, I don't care.
Literally are welcome anytime. We'd love hanging out with people.
Maybe I'll come back on next Sunday Shenanigans.
Do it. Maybe. Or actually, I looked. There's a Kansas City game on a Sunday, an early game. So we'll have you on for that one. Scouting synopsis, all that good stuff. Chris, you're gonna quit your job. We're gonna focus on content. Whatever it is, we're here, baby. MLS. Atlanta's going down. Orlando City's massive. And Kansas City's fun.
Speaking of my job.
Bye.
No.